Hey everybody, and it's Tuesday, so happy Tuesday to you. I got a Misfits Market and I wanted to unbox it for you again because I think everybody's enjoying it and it's been really good hauls. So Misfits Market is a vegetable delivery service that rescues vegetables that would otherwise go to waste or not be sold. I've had very few waste from here actually, so I've been pretty impressed. If you've gotten one before, let me know and talk to me in the comments and tell me how yours was. So first I'm going to show you the overhead, and then I'm going to sit this giant box of vegetables over here. Everything that's coming out of the box is organic. It's $35 for the large box plus $4.50 shipping. I do have a code for you. If you click through the link that's right below, that will take you to a place where you can get 25% off your first box. I just really like it. I'm not working with them or anything. So here we go. Possibly. There we go. All right. And I just love their little things. Eat delicious, eat Misfits. And this time they actually put in a little table topper so you could tell everybody that about Misfits Market and about food waste that you're not wasting right now. And so that's kind of interesting. And there's some Thanksgiving fun facts on the back. They always give you a recipe. This does come through regular mail or UPS, so they do have one or two of these ice things. I'm going to put this in the sink real quick. I've been recycling those and giving them to people. Okay. And so this is what we're seeing. There's a lot in here, and it's a pretty heavy box. So what I'm going to do now, and again, for those of you who are just joining, this is my Misfits Market box, and I just got it delivered today. So we're going to go over everything that's in it. I've got more sunchokes. That happened before. And these, people ask me what I would do with them, and typically I would just roast them. They're really yummy. Let me let you see the overhead view of that. And so some things do come in these little bags, but they do break down pretty fast, I think is the deal with that. So we've got some sunchokes. We have some of their delicious kale. Okay, and this, it just got delivered, I don't know, a couple hours ago today. So to me, that's not bad, but I've seen much worse on some other boxes, but it's slightly a blemish. Okay, and here's my second thing of kale, and I think it looks really pretty good and intact. We've been having some great kale from this box. Oh, wow. These things are giant. These are giant pomegranates. Look at, I mean, it's like the size of my head, almost. Maybe, I guess, putting them together. And what's cool is, again, everything in here is organic. This is the large Misfits Market box, and it's the one that's $35. There's one that's smaller and less expensive. Ooh. Yummy squash, and this thing is pretty heavy. And what you can do with this would be really good roasted. You could make mash out of it. You could, what else can we do? We can make soup with it, because I'm making soup out of everything these days. I get the mixed fruit and vegetable box. So we've got some, I think these are regular oranges, but they might say on here. Nope, it just says organic produce. So I've got 6 big organic oranges. Let's see. Just want to make sure we can get everything in so you guys can see it really well. So I'm going to kind of put these over here. Because what I really like to do is show you just how much food we're getting for this money. And when you think about everything being organic, that changes to me how much this box is really worth. So here are 2 burpless English cucumbers, And I'm feeling them to see if they feel soft or squishy, and they don't feel at all. They feel perfectly good and usable. And it's kind of amazing to me sometimes just how perfect and usable everything is. So this pepper feels a little bit soft, so I would want to use it first. And I'll take it up here. And it's still not bad. So far, this is the only really misfitty thing that we've seen. And we have some more peppers. This one seems in high spirits. And we've got 2 more. And I'd say both of these are pretty good, so I'd use 1 and then these 2 if I was keeping them fresh. But don't forget, so as we're talking about these boxes, I also want to talk to you about how I prep some of this stuff. The kale, if you're not, let's say it's Thanksgiving, right? Maybe you're not making as many smoothies, or maybe you're making more because you have company. But you could just lightly blanch it, or you can, if you're going to use it for something like smoothies, you could even just wash it really good, chop it, and put it in the freezer. I put chopped green peppers, or well, chopped bell peppers of any color, and really any peppers at all, or onions. I chop those up and I put them in freezer bags so that I can just pull it out and use it as I want to. And so instead of kind of meal planning or, having a weekly meal prep, I think I've been thinking more about prepping my shopping, be it coming from Misfits Market or if it's that I came home from Trader Joe's or something like that. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. We have a couple of eggplants. I'll let you see those. Definitely this looks a little worn, but I got to tell you, the flesh feels really good. So I think that's just a cosmetic thing and that's definitely cosmetic. That's nothing wrong with it at all. So let's see. Let's put these guys over here. We still have a lot. We've got limes. And I love getting citrus fruit because it really can add a zing to a dressing or a stir fry or even just refried beans. So if you had a can of plain refried beans, you could go ahead and squeeze some lemon and put some chili powder in there, and you'd have something that was really extra special. So I like having those, and they last for a good while. Ooh, I'm very excited about some stuff I see right now. Okay, I have some shallots. So shallots are like onions. They're a milder flavor, and they're almost put together. I don't know if you'd really say they're put together like garlic, but they remind me of it, of just the way this is going to kind of section off into 2 pieces. Shallots are usually much more expensive than regular onions, so I feel pretty good about that. I've got 4 nice potatoes, and they might be yellow fins from what I can see, and let me let you see that from up top. There we go. Nope, still we do not go. All right, we're going to get overhead before it all happens. There we go. Woohoo! And Brandy said, so far everything looks good and not Misfits at all. I know, I'm really just like, see, there's a few little spots that when I peel this, that's going to peel right off. But they're firm, lovely potatoes. They are not tomatoes. It's getting near that time of the day where, and I think these must be 2 more oranges. Although, just from looking at the color of that, it makes me wonder if it's a small grapefruit, but it doesn't say. This one, I do see an imperfection here, so probably I'll lose a little bit off of this one. But even at that, I'm getting more than $35 worth, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a pink grapefruit. Perhaps this will also be a grapefruit. It's hard to tell sometimes when they are so close to the same size for me. 2 bags of green beans. So I'd probably say about, I don't know, maybe 2 pounds of green beans, and these are organic. Let's take a look at them. Ooh, they look pretty. So we're looking at, see, there's a little imperfection, and I'll show you again from closer up. But you know, when you buy stuff like that, that's just where something broke, and you can just tear that piece off and it's fine. So there's probably 3 cups in each, I would say. And we can open up this one too and look at it real quick. So it's also pretty much in the same yummy, good, my limes are going away. You know, just like if you buy in the grocery store, there's going to be some stuff like that you'll have to tear off. And there's nothing in the world wrong with it. And I'm saving for last the things I am most excited about. Do you guys know what these are? These things that look like, I don't know, something from an alien planet, right? This is one of my favorite root vegetables. And I'll give you guys a minute to see if you can guess it. I would love it if you tried. I will not shame you if you are wrong. I can tell you a hint. It is not a turnip, and it is not a rutabaga. But it is, yes, it is some sort of root. And in fact, that's it would be growing like this. So that these roots that you're seeing here that look all scary, those would be growing this way. It is celeriac. Brandy wins the prize. So you often hear this called celery root. Now, it's not the root of the typical bunch of celery that we get normally. So it's a weird thing, but it tastes just like celery. So I'm not sure if it's some kind of other varietal or if it's just a close cousin. Yes, Elizabeth, it's celery root. And so people have asked me what to do with this. Now, obviously, you're going to lose a lot because you have to peel this very tough skin off. And for instance, with these, we're going to lose a lot of it. We're going to lose more of this than we would a turnip or a potato, though sometimes rutabagas can get a little bit where you've got to take a lot of the bottom off. Yep, celeriac, celery root. I like to make a soup with it. So I've done a creamy soup. I also, on healthyslowcooking.com, I spiralized the celeriac and I made kind of like a chickpea noodle soup with it. And that's really good. So that's something you can look up. If you just look up spiralized on Healthy Slow Cooking, you should find it. I have a new search that comes up and it's so much better and it's very visual. Also on Healthy Slow Cooking and plant-based Instant Pot with this new search and stuff on the side. So like if you're looking at the page on the side, it'll have like a little heart or some other things so you can save your own favorites in there. So it's just tied to you. So you can save your favorite recipes so you can find them easier when you come back. It's very cool. I'm trying to think. So the pomegranates I will probably use in a salad because they're just so nice and yummy. And I did a class, and what happens is to break this down pretty easily, you can slice off the bottom and then you'll see where these thick white pith is, right? Then you want to take your knife and go in through that and then it'll break open and it's easier to get those seeds out. So that's one thing to do. You could also put these in smoothies or on top of a dessert or on top of a pie of some sort for Thanksgiving. It just really gives a nice winter pop of color and freshness. So in a class recently, I made a kale salad with pomegranate and some pomegranate balsamic. And it was pretty lovely. So with the celery root, chances are I'm going to make a cream of celery root soup this time, and I'll probably put it up on the blog because I've really been wanting some, because the bigger ones are very, very heavy. We used to have Kroger's and you could buy one by the piece. So like maybe, you know, no matter how big or small, it would be $2. But a lot of times I've seen it at per pound, and if you get a big one, I remember in Whole Foods a few years ago, I paid $10 or $12 for it. So I try to be really careful. If you're if you're getting some sort of root vegetable, weigh it just so you have an idea of what's coming. Also with the oranges and the pomegranate would be good on a salad. You could also you could saute the kale, squeeze in some of the orange juice, and do a little bit of ginger and maybe some rice vinegar and a little bit of soy sauce or coconut aminos. The potatoes I'm probably just going to eat right out of the air fryer because I love them. With the eggplant, I'm thinking of roasting slices and breading them and then air frying them, and then maybe making little pizzas on top of that and seeing how that works. I've not done that, so that's in this experimental phase. Yeah, the whole, Brandy's saying, ouch, that's pricey. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't even weigh it and I was just shocked. I'm like, it was like a third of a cart of groceries. It was like something this ugly you don't necessarily want to like pay big money for. The green beans, you could make a green bean casserole. You could just eat steamed green beans. Usually I cook them in a little bit of water with some liquid smoke. And that make kind of southern green beans, but I don't cook them down quite as much. So in the South, collards and green beans and some other things are traditionally cooked down for hours, so until they're very, very, very soft. But we kind of go in between. I also, when I go out though, and you get those not really cooked where it's pretty much snaps just like that, I don't like that either. So I need the vegetables to be cooked enough, but not overcooked. And I'm trying to think with the shallots, that's just going to be fun for playing in all kinds of ways. Do you guys have any questions about anything I got in the box this time? Another thing to know, so I'm probably going to break down the kale and I'm going to store it in something like a container in the fridge so I can just pull it out and that it's already washed and cleaned. Oh, and Brandy's daughter loves raw green beans, and you know, if you can get your kid to eat vegetables, I don't care how you're getting them to eat them. With Cheryl, my grown-up kid, I sneak things on her all the time, though she is willingly eating kale and greens now after many, many years. So I just wanted to share this with you. I'll probably try and come on again tomorrow if I can. And if you have any questions about Thanksgiving or you're needing some recipes, let me know. Also, you can join my free Facebook group, Vegan Recipes Cooking with Kathy Hester, and you can find out some stuff there as well. And other than that, if I don't see you next time, have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving or weekend, okay?